I'm probably on time now. I was going to start earlier. I started recording and then I deleted it to start again because I did say sometime after 10:30. Coffee. Dirty cup. Apologies. I'm going to need another coffee in a minute because I was up earlier than I expected. So it won't be Depression Talks morning coffee because it's not the first coffee of the day. Well, this is the first coffee of the day, but I'll be having another one, so it'll be the second. It's still morning, still coffee. I think today is a good day. I will let you know later. Are we going to get some views? I've been surprised at how many views I've been getting, and they seem to be coming in randomly. I'm not going to complain about that. That's good. I've just taken my meds, so they will start kicking in soon. What are we going to talk about today? I think there's a few things that we can discuss. I didn't get to sleep until about 3 o'clock this morning, so forgive the bags under my eyes. I'm here, I'm awake. It's a good start. It's a nice day today. Sun's shining. Skies are blue. Sounds like a song, doesn't it? I have a feeling that the algorithm may not be pushing my feeds forward because I smoke. Yes, I smoke. I shouldn't smoke, but I do. I don't recommend it. Don't do it. It's bad for your health. Good morning, one viewer. So, today I'm going to talk about a few different things. First of all, yesterday was a good day. I got a lot done yesterday. I was excited because I got some parcels in the post yesterday. One was really exciting for me because it's something that I like. Forgive me this morning, I've not had a shower yet. My hair is a mess, and here's Johnny. Yeah. One of my parcels, I was really excited about it, was a 2 kilogram box of my favourite sweets. I broke into them last night, started eating them, a couple of handfuls. And I enjoyed that. I didn't eat the whole box. 2 kilograms in one go is just not going to happen. To be honest, when you look at the box, it doesn't look like I've even touched it. So, yeah. So that was my first parcel that I was excited about. That was waiting for me when I got up yesterday morning. My second parcel was a flea treatment for Marley. Now, if you've been watching my videos, Marley's my dog. And we've been treating him for fleas every other week for the last 6 weeks. And nothing would work. We've been using the spot on that goes on the back of the neck. Harvey. I don't know what YHWH is. So none of it was working. The spot-ons weren't working. They weren't even touching the fleas. So they seemed to be immune to it. So what did we do? We ordered the tablets, and yesterday morning I gave him a tablet. Within 6 hours, every single flea was dead. I've not seen a flea since, and he is so much comfier. He's happier. He's not scratching. So yeah, fantastic. So that was the tablets. They seem to work. Once I treated him, I decided that I was going to treat everything else, carpets, curtains, everything. We didn't have an infestation, but I don't want an infestation, so I did that. That kept me busy. I also posted a video yesterday where I replaced one of the parts that also was one of my packages yesterday morning. I replaced one of the parts on my wife's Volvo. So that is also on there. What else yesterday? I think that was pretty much it. I did my usual daily walk with Marley, and it was a good day. Today, there's a couple of things I'm going to touch on today. First of all, the sun is shining, the skies are blue. It's a beautiful day out there. What am I going to talk about today? Well, in my live video a couple of days ago, somebody suggested that their depression seems to get worse in the winter months. This is known as SAD. And it's something to do with the sun not being around as long during the day. So we have darker mornings, darker evenings. It is a disorder. Sorry, I've got an itch on my ankle. It is a disorder, and it can be treated. The information is currently on my community feed. So if you're interested in that, there's a link to eBay where you can get the lamps, the bulbs. And apparently 30 minutes exposure to one of these bulbs, random high, can help massively. Georgie boy, I don't think Jesus Christ is going to help my depression, mate, but he's there. If he's there, who knows? I don't really get into religion. Why don't I get into religion? Because there are so many religions out there, and they've all got similar stories. Some remove parts of the stories and some add parts of the stories. I pay interest to most religions. I find interesting. I do find it interesting. I find it fascinating, different religions. So, no, it doesn't mean that one of them is true, but I tend to find that if you look at all the different stories, you will find the truth somewhere. And again, I like to explore different religions. It does not mean that I am any one religion. I'm not really religious. Not my thing. What is my thing is the here and now. So, yeah, let's not get into all that, shall we? If you wish to believe in any particular religion, good for you. I hope it works for you. I hope it helps you. It doesn't help me, so I stay away from it. So getting back to SAD, there is a link in my community for the light bulbs. If you suffer with winter depression, they may help. There is also some information about light box therapy, which is basically what you would be doing if you use these lamps or light bulbs. So have a look if you think it, if you think it's something that maybe could be an issue for you, it may help. I am not a therapist. I am not a doctor. I just go off my own personal challenges, things that I've dealt with in my own life, things that I've seen from other people. So, yeah, that's my disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I'm not any healthcare professional. I'm just a normal man. So, yeah. Now, last night, I managed to catch the Dadbot veteran on his live feed. Do you know who he is? Do you know the name? Have you seen him? He is a influencer. The name pretty much says it all. He is a veteran. He's got a fantastic beard. He's funny. I've followed him for a little while, and I asked if he would be interested in doing a live collaboration, to which he gave me the thumbs up and said yes, to drop him an email, which I have done, and we will see where that will go to. I'm not saying it's going to happen. That would be premature. I would like to have a chat with him first and see where we can take it. It would be interesting, I should think. And what else? I'm waiting for a few more parcels to arrive. I've ordered a selfie stick, which also doubles up as a tripod, and a set of microphones. So it may be helpful for me doing this. I'm looking forward to getting them. It might make a difference. We'll see. Still got a couple of viewers. Say hello in the comments. Let's see what we can talk about today. I do love my first cup of coffee in the morning. I couldn't cope without coffee. It's a massive part of my day, to be fair. James, good morning. What are you talking about, mate? I think you're being a dick, aren't you? Yeah. Thought so. Didn't hang around long, did you, mate? What do we talk about today? We still got one viewer. Drop in the comments, say hello. It may be a little bit early, to be fair. I think I'd been live yesterday for quite some time before people started to join. So I do tend to repeat myself a little bit because I don't want people to just be jumping in and wondering what the hell's going on. So yeah, that's the way it goes. It's a quiet morning this morning. Disappointing. Still time. We may still get people joining us. I hope so. So yeah, why am I doing this? I want to raise awareness. I want to beat the stigma. Having depression does not make you weak. Remember that. It doesn't make you weak. I don't believe that I am weak. I believe that I'm quite a strong person. I've been through a lot in my time on this earth. I'm almost 50. So, yeah, I've I've dealt with a lot of things. A lot of things have been thrown at me, and I generally face them. To what end? Well, that's where the depression comes. Facing them and not talking about them is an issue because it builds up, and the more it builds up, the worse you feel. So it is important to talk about depression. It is important to get it out there. It does not make you weak. Marley, leave it alone. Morning. Welcome. Morning coffee. Drop a comment, say hello, let me know your name and where you're from. If you've just joined me, you've missed about 20 minutes of me talking crap. What have I been talking crap about? I've been talking crap about parcels that I received yesterday that I was excited about. I've been talking crap about flea treatment for my dog. I've been talking crap about sweets, my favourite sweets. I opened them last night because they were waiting for me yesterday morning when I got up. David, good morning, welcome. I've been talking crap about my own depression. So, it's a beautiful day outside. I will be going for a walk with the dog later on. If you missed it a little bit earlier on, I received yesterday a flea treatment for my dog that I've been waiting for that I ordered. The reason I ordered this particular flea treatment was because we'd been using spot-ons on the back of the neck and they weren't working. We was treating him every other week for 6 weeks and it just didn't get rid of the fleas. They seemed to be completely immune to it. So I ordered a tablet form and I gave it to him yesterday morning, and lo and behold, within 6 hours, all of the fleas were dead. I couldn't find a single living flea on him. I searched and couldn't find them. So I spent my day then treating a house because I didn't want an infestation, basically. We didn't have an infestation, but I thought, well, let's be safe. It's better to be safe than sorry. And I hoovered everywhere, vacuumed, however you want to say it. And I sprayed all the carpets, and still not a single flea on him. I'm amazed that one tablet can make such a difference. I've bored everyone. I've got one viewer left. Everyone's disappeared. I love my dog. Most people love my dog. A lot of people seem to enjoy watching the videos that have my dog in them. I prefer animals to people. People are bad news. They lie, they disrespect, people are horrible. Thank you, David. Where are you from, mate? I think there's only you left, to be honest. Oh no, we've got another one. Welcome to Morning Coffee, Depression Talks. Is that Wolverhampton? Got ya. I've been through there many times. I've never stopped. But yeah, I have been through there many times. I did go on a night out once in Birmingham. I didn't like to say. Yeah, I went on a night out there once. I went with my sister and her girlfriend. And we was in a bar, and the landlord was behind the bar, and he never let anybody behind that bar, ever. Until I walked in, and for some reason he seemed to allow me in there. I was pouring my own pints. It was an interesting night. I was very drunk that night. Don't remember much of it. I just remember that he let me behind the bar, and everyone commented that nobody else was allowed behind the bar. Why was I? And do you know, I think the reason he let me behind the bar was because I was so straight. I'm pretty blunt. If I've got something to say, I say it. I don't beat around the bush. It was probably a really simple night from what I can remember. I don't remember much at all. Nothing fantastic happened. I just got absolutely pissed. So, yeah, that's my one and only time on a night out in Birmingham. So today, I've touched on a couple of things already. SAD, which is a seasonal disorder. So when the winter months come in, many people's depression gets worse because of the days drawing in. So you have dark mornings and dark evenings. And SAD is a real thing. You can buy light bulbs, and it's called light therapy. People call them a light box, where you use a lamp with one of these bulbs in it, 30 minutes to an hour exposure to one of these light boxes can really reduce your depression caused by the lack of daylight. There is some information in my community. I've posted that in there, so have a look if that is something that affects you. Don't forget to drop us a like, subscribe. Again, if you have seen the Dad Bod Veteran, I managed to catch him last night on one of his live feeds. He's a gamer. I didn't know that, which was interesting. I'm not a gamer anymore as such. I play a game on my mobile phone, but I don't play games like I used to on the PlayStation. So I managed to catch him, and I dropped him a message on there asking if he would be interested in a collaboration to talk about depression and anxiety. And he said yes, he'd give me a thumbs up. He would be interested, and to drop him an email, which I did last night. So the Dad Bod Veteran, we will see. Let's see where that goes. I'm going to have a chat with him first. I think it would be better that I had a one-on-one conversation to see where we can go with it and what we can do. But yeah, it would be interesting to see. He's a very funny man. A typical Gen X, very much like myself, except he's funnier than me. Yeah, lots of things. I want to raise the awareness. I want people to open up, get rid of the stigma, talk about it. Do not bottle it up. It doesn't do any good. Today's a good day. I'm having a good day. I'm enjoying my coffee. I want to make a difference. James Salt, please stop being a dick. There's always one. If you want to be a dick, go to someone else's channel, someone that's not talking about something that affects, 60, 70% of the population. Circa, hi, welcome. Welcome to Morning Coffee. Are you though? Are you really? Yeah, I didn't think so. Why am I depressed? That's a good question. I suspect that there was a little bit of sarcasm in the question, but it is a good question. I'm depressed because I have a chemical imbalance in my brain. I bottle up problems. I have bottled it up for many, many years. And when you bottle things up, it gets too much. Okay, good. Which is why I'm trying to get people to open up and talk. My depression has been an issue for about 22, 23 years. Sometimes I'm in full control. Other times I'm not in control and it takes over. How do I stop it from taking over? I wish I knew. Sometimes there's just no dealing with it. I had a bad day a few days ago. It completely took over my day and I ended up hiding under the duvet. Simple as that. The bad days can be pretty brutal. So I decided that I would do this a few weeks ago, and I said that I would film my good days and my bad days. I'm not going to hide anything, and that's what I'm doing. So if you go through my videos, you will see that there are bad days on there. It is what it is. Hopefully, posting my videos will help somebody. That's all I can ask. The more people that get involved, the more people that share, the more people that subscribe, the more people I can help. It's as simple as that. Yeah. Do you suffer with depression? If so, get in the comments. Tell me how it affects you. Chris, I can't even begin to comprehend. That must be really difficult. I'm guessing that you tend to stay in the house. David, glad to hear it. I think just talking about it is a massive thing. Getting it out in the open. Sorry to hear that, David. Are you being treated? Chris, it's good that you've got somebody with you. At least you're managing to get out now and then. On your bad days, you need to look at the little victories. So for me, I sort of add up my little victories throughout the day. Getting out of bed, having a wash, brushing my teeth. These are all little victories, and I tend to add them up. Brethren, what's that? I'm not sure I know what that is. Okay. There seems to be some delay on this, I think. I'm not sure. Brethren's a brother. Ah, okay. Not something I've ever heard before. I live in the sticks, so I'm surrounded by fields. It's funny, there's different words in different parts of the country that mean different things. Edinburgh. I'm in Devon, so I'm in the middle of nowhere. Many words like brethren. I'm guessing that's slang. So being in Edinburgh, Chris, you would know that there's a lot of slang words in Scotland that an Englishman wouldn't understand. talk to me, guys. Let's keep the conversation going. Don't forget to click subscribe. Let's get the awareness out there. Click share. The more people that share, the more people that see what I'm doing. I want to help people. Yeah, makes sense. Got ya. And as David's from Birmingham, it makes complete sense. Sorry, Wolverhampton. I'm from Wolverhampton. Sorry. Brethren I've heard of, yes. Making another smoke. I smoke a lot in the mornings. Chris, small victories does work. Little victories. Yeah, it definitely does work. It helps me massively. There was a time where I was in a very, very bad place. I didn't get out of bed. I couldn't be bothered to wash. I couldn't be bothered to brush my teeth. I couldn't face the world. I would have panic attacks if I went outside my home. A few years ago. Willie, welcome back. I'm sure I've seen you before. The name certainly rings a bell. I could be mistaken. That's pretty rough, man. My name is Rob. So, yeah, little victories certainly does work. When I was at my worst, again, I wouldn't get out of bed. I couldn't be bothered to wash. I couldn't be bothered to eat. I couldn't be bothered to brush my teeth. I wouldn't go outside. I wouldn't tidy up. I wouldn't do anything. I couldn't bring myself to do it. So I was talking to somebody that said to me about little victories and how it helps. And I thought he was talking shit. He said to me, just count everything that you do as a victory. So if you get out of bed, it's a victory for that day. If you get dressed or wash or brush your teeth, it's a victory for that day. And before I knew it, I was counting up these little victories throughout each day. And I was aiming to get more and more little victories by the end of the day. And it helped. I did lots and lots of things. Chris, nice to meet you too, mate. I will say I do smoke. I'm not supposed to smoke on camera, but I smoke more in the morning. It's my morning coffee. Don't smoke, it's bad for your health. There's my disclaimer. Apparently YouTube can demonetize you. Well, I'm not doing this for money. I'm doing this to raise awareness. Simple as that. We've recently hit 100 subscribers, which is fantastic. I'm very pleased with that. I think that was yesterday we hit 100. Very pleased, very pleased. And hopefully we can keep on growing, raise awareness, and get the word out there, beat the stigma. Depression is nothing to be ashamed of. It's part of everyday life. I'm feeling quite proud of that, mate. It's a stepping stone, shall we say, a little victory. I can imagine it's quite difficult to get subscribers on YouTube, especially for something like depression. It's not something that people want to talk about. Why don't people want to talk about it? Men in particular have been raised to not show weakness, and depression has been seen as a weakness for so many years. And that's why I'm trying to get people to open up about depression, get people to talk about it, because it's not a weakness. Getting through depression is a strength, not a weakness. Suffering from depression is not a weakness. It's just a case of things get too much. And that's why it helps to talk. So talking about depression does not mean that you're weak. It does not mean that you're inferior. And a lot more people suffer with depression than you would realise. I don't know exact statistics, but I would suggest probably between 60 and 80% of the population have some form of depression or anxiety. I wonder what my little victories are going to be today. Well done, Chris, and I'm glad that you've returned. So yeah, don't feel that suffering with depression and anxiety makes you weaker in any way. It's so common, so common. Just open up about it, talk about it. It may help. It may help listening to me talk crap for hours on end. It helps me talking. I don't know why it helps, but it does. This morning, my poor wife woke up with her alarm clock at 7:30, and I sort of snuggled in when she was about to get out of bed, and she stayed put for a couple of minutes and fell back to sleep. So she was late for her first appointment. All my fault. But she works hard. She suffers with depression. She suffers with anxiety. But she just takes it all in a stride. I don't know how she does it. She's fantastic. Some days she has bad days, the same as anyone. And on her bad days, she just doesn't want to do it. She doesn't want to get up. She doesn't want to go to work and do the things that she's got to do. And she just does it anyway. And I see it in her face sometimes where she's just like, not today. Fair play to her, she just keeps on going. So yeah, that is another case of little victories. But yeah, I was in trouble this morning because I made her late for work. I was still asleep, or half asleep, and I just cuddled in. It was like, oh, I'm going back to sleep. Put my arm around her and my coffee is coming to an end. That's a big cup of coffee as well. I may get a second one. I may do. I don't know. So normally I'm clean shaven. This is actually really hard for me to have on my face, but I'm growing my beard in remembrance of my dad. My dad passed away in December. As long as I have known him, obviously he's my stepdad. It's not obvious, but he's my stepdad. He was. And he's always had a beard. I don't think I've ever in my life seen him without a beard. I know I haven't, actually. I've never seen him without a beard or some sort of facial hair. And I decided that I would grow a beard for my dad. We'll see how it goes. Chris, well done on kicking a habit, mate. That's a big deal. That's a very big deal. So congratulations on being sober. Really well done. Things will seem worse, but you got it, mate. You can do it. Keep fighting. Don't give in. Again, I'm not a therapist. I'm not any healthcare professional. I'm just a normal bloke. It is what it is. Yeah, I thought so too. My wife hates it. Willie, yeah, he very much was. I call him Dad. Called. He's not here anymore. He's always been there for me. He was my ears. He listened to me when I needed advice. He was there. Unfortunately, I didn't have the normal relationship with my dad that other people would have, simply because he was poorly. My dad was paranoid schizophrenic. He had a breakdown when I was about 13 and he never recovered. So I'm 50 next year. So yeah, and I've known him my whole life from the age of, I think, probably 3. So he was a big part of my life even before he became my stepdad. He was a fantastic man, and he was always there when I needed advice. He really tried. He really tried. He knew his limits. Unfortunately, the one thing I wanted to do, when I turned 18, I wanted to go to the pub and have a pint with my dad. I think every man or 18-year-old would like to sit in the pub and have a pint with their old man. And to this day, it never happened. It's a shame. But I understand he wasn't able to do that. Yeah, it is what it is. He was a brilliant man, and he is dearly missed. Dearly missed. In fact, his passing away in December sent me into a downward spiral, which is what has brought me to where I am now. But yeah, he was my dad. My biological dad has also passed. I didn't have a relationship with him. I was cheated out of it. But it is what it is. What are your plans for today, guys? What are you aiming to do? Is there anything in particular that would be a victory for you today? I need a haircut. Look at this. I'm like, I'm going to have to get my wife to do it. Exactly that, Chris. I made the decision just over 2 weeks ago. I decided that I was going to start posting on Facebook to try and raise awareness. And after a couple of live feeds on Facebook, a good friend of mine said to me, why don't you try YouTube? So I did. I changed my personal YouTube account that I had for listening to music to this. I got a spot on my chin. I got a spot. And I was terrified. When I did my first video, I was shitting myself. I didn't know what to do. I didn't know what to say. And I was just rambling. I still ramble, but I've got more purpose now. I'm more confident in doing it. So I've seen a massive difference in my whole demeanour when I'm on camera. I've ordered some microphones which hopefully will improve it. Chris, good luck with that. Take someone with you, someone that knows the situation. It may help. Marley, what are you doing? Oh, okay. Do you want to meet Marley? Come here. Come here. Come on. Come on. Up. Come on. This is Marley. He's my best mate. Other than my wife. He's a good boy. He's a good boy. Yeah, he's such a good boy. Yes, he is. Oh. He keeps me busy every day. Don't you? Yeah. And you got no fleas. You got no fleas. I know what you want. You want food, don't you? You have to wait. I'm not feeding you yet. What are you doing? You dumbass. You good boy. Yeah, he's not even my dog, if I'm honest. He belongs to the farm. However, he's 11 and he decided it was time that he was going to retire. I live on a farm and he just decided one day that he was going to come and live with me, and he never left. Which is good. He sleeps on my bed. He cuddles up to my legs while I'm asleep. Yeah. He's good as gold, bless him. Aren't you? You're a good boy. Yes. Yes. You're a good boy. Exactly. Exactly. And he's an old man now, so he deserves a little bit of comfort now he's retired. His son is still on the farm, still works on the farm. So, yeah. It got to the point where him and his son were trying to obtain top dog, shall we say. And because Marley is old and if he's hunting, he'll dig and he rips roots out with his teeth. So he doesn't have much teeth left. They're ground down because he's been ripping at the roots. So, yeah, he never won any of the fights because he's got no teeth to win. He's better off where he is now. He's happy. Keeps me happy as well. I really enjoy taking him out in the fields. Gives me something to do, gives me a purpose, which is helpful. So, I've been on here nearly an hour today. Do I carry on? Do I call it a day? I don't know. Willie, yes. Definitely. Definitely. Yes, Chris, same. It's been good. He's been with us just over a year now. And it's funny because when I was down working on a tractor on the farm 2 years ago, and I restored a Ferguson 135. No, it wasn't a Ferguson. I'm talking crap. It was a 135 anyway. I can't remember what it was. Brain's not working. What was it? This isn't one of the effects of the medication I take. I forget things. I can't remember what it is. Anyway, it was a 135. So whatever tractor that is. I restored it. And obviously at that time, he was still on the farm working. But he spent most of his time while I was there watching me sit wherever I was and just watch what I was doing. I never thought anything of it. I thought he was just old and just chilling. And then when I'd finished working on the tractor, he would tend to follow me back home. I live on the lane just up from the farm. And he'd follow me home and he'd come in and we'd give him a cup of tea. He likes a cup of tea. And then we'd send him home again. So off he'd go and he'd get into his kennel and he was happy. And then one day he came up and he just didn't want to go home. So I walked him back down there, took him back. 10 minutes later he'd come back. So I took him back again. Next day, same thing. He didn't want to go home. And that happened for about a week. And then one day he just decided, that's it. I ain't going. I'm staying. And he's been with us ever since. The farmer is my landlord. Lovely bloke. Good mate. My wife's known him all her life. And in our rental agreement, we're not allowed to have pets. Well, I don't have a pet because technically Marley belongs to him. So it's his dog. We just look after him. And that's the story of Marley and how I ended up with him. And now he just keeps me busy. So a lot of the people that we see on YouTube, the majority of them are not British, not English. Chris, thank you very much. I do this every morning around 10:30, so feel free to join me every day. I'm hoping to do some collaborations with other people. Yeah, thanks for subscribing, mate. Don't forget to share. Take care, buddy. Have a good day. So, yeah, as I was saying, most of the people that we see doing this, doing the live feeds on YouTube and doing the shorts and the reels and things like that, are not British, not English. So a lot of people find that they can't associate with other people that are not from England. Not saying that they can't associate, that's wrong. They struggle with being different nationalities, I suppose. So for me, at least, it's, if I was watching somebody else, it makes a difference that it's somebody from the same country as me, for a start. But that doesn't mean that somebody from another country is any worse. You can just relate better when it's somebody from where you're from. So it's unusual to see someone British doing this. And I thought, well, let's give it a go. And here I am. So I'm going to call it a day there, because I need to get a shower and get dressed and take the dog out. But thank you for watching, and thanks for getting involved. I hope you have a great day, and remember them little victories. It does make a difference. Take care. Cheers, guys.